Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a really powerful yet simple idea for building trust and morale at work. It comes from leadership expert Randy Connolly, and it's all about a tool we all have but probably don't use enough. Just saying thank you.
So let's start with a question for you, and I want you to be honest. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I just get way too much praise and recognition at my job? Seriously, think about it for a sec.
Well, when the author asks that in his workshops, the number of people who raise their hands is always the same, a big, fat 0. Not one person. And that, right there, highlights this huge recognition gap that exists in pretty much every workplace. We're all kind of starving for a little more appreciation.
So let's fix that, right? We're going to bridge that gap, and we're going to do it with a classic countdown late-night style. Here are 10 super simple but incredibly effective ways to show your team you value them. All right, let's kick it off. Coming in at number 10 is the gift of time.
Letting your team head home a little early, especially after a tough project or right before a long weekend, that sends a massive message. It shows you see their hard work. And more than that, it shows you respect that they have a life outside the office.
Okay, at number 9, we're tapping into something that can last for years, the power of your voice.
You know, the author actually says he has voicemails saved from over a decade ago. Think about that. A really heartfelt voicemail or even a thoughtful text can have this incredible staying power. It creates a positive little memory that an employee can go back and revisit.
Coming in at number 8 is something that brings everyone together. Food.
And look, you don't have to spring for some expensive catered thing. A simple potluck lunch is perfect. It's relaxed, it builds real connections, and it creates the perfect, low-key moment for you to just say a few words of thanks to everybody.
Number 7 shows us that a small, maybe even a little bit silly investment can pay off big time in morale.
Give a small token of appreciation. And yeah, it can be a little cheesy, but a small, kind of corny gift gives people a physical thing to hold on to, a symbol of your appreciation. And honestly, people love this stuff and they'll remember it for years.
All right, at number 6, we're going to amplify the praise.
This is a power move. Arranging for your boss to thank someone on your team is huge. It doesn't just validate their work. It shows them that you're making their contributions visible to the people higher up. You're not just grateful, you're their advocate.
We're halfway through. Number 5 is all about breaking the routine and injecting a little fun.
Just imagine it. You call a random 10-minute meeting. Everyone shuffles in thinking, oh great, what now? And you just hand out popsicles. A simple, unexpected break like that keeps the energy fresh and gives you a perfect moment for a quick thank you.
Number 4 is about a really powerful form of communication that we sometimes forget about: simple human connection.
Now, obviously, this needs to be appropriate for your workplace, but don't underestimate things like a firm handshake or a celebratory high five. Those simple gestures can communicate respect and thankfulness in a way that words sometimes just can't.
Okay, we're in the top 3, and number 3, well, it might seem like a total no-brainer, but it is so powerful.
Just say it. Thank you. You would be shocked at how often this gets forgotten in the hustle and bustle of the workday. But stopping, looking someone in the eye, and sincerely saying those 2 words, that tells them that they matter, that you see them.
All right, our runner-up at number 2. This is how you make your appreciation echo far beyond the walls of the office.
This one is a game changer. Send a thank you note not to the employee, but to their family. Think about that for a second. You're acknowledging their support system, the sacrifices their loved ones make. That shows a level of care that is just absolutely next level.
And that brings us to the number 1 spot. After all of that, what could possibly be more powerful? What's the number 1 amazingly simple way to thank your employees?
In our world of instant messages and endless emails, the single most powerful tool for showing appreciation is something decidedly old school: a simple, handwritten note.
And here's why it's so powerful. It's a lost art. An email is fast. A text is fleeting. But a handwritten note, it takes time. It takes real thought and effort. And that effort is what cuts through all the digital noise. It signals a level of sincerity that nothing else can really match. It's something tangible they can hold on to, and they probably will, for a very, very long time.
So, at the end of the day, true appreciation isn't about big budgets or grand gestures. It's just about being sincere and thoughtful. Which leaves us with one final question for you. Who's one person you're going to thank this week, and how are you going to do it?